Hello and welcome back to the Cove with more BattleTech. Well, we're here today with our final contract on planet. We're settling a grudge. Now, I have been wondering whether we go for a little bit of salvage or a little bit of money. I think what we're going to do is we'll go for the bare minimum to take a full mech, and then we'll take the rest in sea bills. So that should help us out fairly nicely. This is against the Capellans, which will upset them. But again, at the end of the day, money has got to be earned. So, let's see, battle. Choices. Well, we've got our 3D here. Let's drop that off. Let's bring our salvage mech. Got our catapult, the Centurion. You know what? Maybe we bring along something giant and heavy just to see if we can have a little bit of fun. Yeah, you know what? I think that is going to be what we're going to do. So let's bring that Atlas along. Let's throw Archangel into that thing. Very nicely, he has that coolant vent. So yeah, we will definitely not be overheating, though it is decently heat efficient. Alright, anything else we want to do? Probably not. Alright then, let's dive right on in.
MechWarriors, prepare for combat.
Alright, so our objective is to destroy enemy forces. Within the last 3 months, the Capellan Confederation has struck our facilities, personnel, and supply convoys over half a dozen times. My superiors in the state leadership would like to even the score. Would like to hire you and find a Capellan lance and destroy it, to demonstrate we are not without military resources on Kimi. Okay, well, if they want to show military strength in here in Kimi, we can do that for them. Yes, we can.
Command interface initiated.
Alright, so, you've arrived at the location our employer specified, Commander. Move forward, acquire a target, and light them up. Keep an eye out for reinforcements. I get the impression these folks are a bit twitchy. Alright, so admittedly, I did contemplate whether we should have just gone for money if they do have reinforcements. But at the end of the day, though, I do like salvage, so we'll see what we can do. Alright, let's bring everybody up and running.
Roger that.
I'm not really too concerned about things at this stage. We'll be traveling behind the Atlas, and apparently... Ooh, okay, there's a bit of a tough spot there. If we go down the beach, we'll have lots of water, which could be nice, but they'll have a lot of elevation and cover. Alright, you know what we're going to do? I think we're going to swing our way around. I don't see where this road leads. Yeah, it's a dead end. Okay, so we're going to need to make our way up here. It's a little inconvenient.
Moving to position.
Oh, but it is what it is. Alright, what do we see? An unknown mech? Alright, well, let's get everybody else up into position. I do not know what kind of contact we'll be dealing with. Yeah, yeah, okay, we are immediately into combat, so they are moving on up. 30-ton mech, nothing too concerning. We will reserve, because maybe, just maybe, we'll see something pop up.
A sensor trace.
Alright, so what do we see there? Another 55, okay. We'll reserve once more.
Roger that.
I doubt that there'll be anything good. Let's get this Atlas up and running. Let's go. Rough terrain is just going to have to be what it is. Alright, well... Actually, you know, let's just step up that far.
Moving fast.
Alright, that'll give us some better sensor details. So we know that there's at least an extra one. Ranik, let's go ahead and get you as far up as we can.
On my way. Double time.
Again, it's alright if we sprint. This is just going to make sure that we have solid evasion. Oh, and the catapult. Okay, we can either get cut off, or...
Standing by.
Okay, it's not going to do that much for us.
Full speed. No target.
Alright, well...
Waiting for orders.
What do we do here? I guess we can set up over here.
No shooting, just running.
Oh, actually, you know what? I forgot. I think Cosmo doesn't have that extra 20%
Picking up a new sensor trace.
movement.
Looks like enemy reinforcements.
Yeah, okay, so we definitely have a few to kill. That's okay. We'll play this nice and safe. We have solid evasion. We've got good amounts of cover. I'm not sure if letting them regroup like this is going to be ideal or not, but we'll see if they've got any heavies.
Reserving action.
Okay. Let's see, what have we got? AC-5, some snubs, SRMs, nothing much to really aim at.
Good to go.
Rannick is not getting eyes on at this
Good
stage.
to go.
Catapult's all
Yes,
good,
Commander.
and same thing with our Centurion.
Standing by.
Alright then, well, let's get this Atlas up and running. We'll see what we can come up with.
Acknowledged.
And it looks
Receiving
like
you.
it's not going to pay off. Okay.
Let's do this.
Hang on a second. Cosmo,
Standing by.
you have sensor locking, and I think we'll make the most... Oh, LRMs?
Commander.
Well, the question is, would we rather zip up into position, or do we lock on and start shooting early? I think what we do is maybe we move... Yeah, we take a regular move,
Copy that.
and then... Oh, that does actually give us eyes on. Okay, we don't have a targeting ability, but that's about it. Alright then, well, you know what? All of our LRMs will go at that fire starter. Let's just go with the sensor lock. Let's make this thing easier to ping. And then we'll see how we go with the rest. So let's bring... let's see, where can we put our catapult? Yeah, we'll put that behind the
Copy
Atlas. That's probably not a bad place. And then we'll start unleashing a whole heap of danger.
Locked on target.
Alright, so they have a lot of damage reduction there, about 40% I think, between guarded and cover. That's annoying. Yeah, so they've got cover, guarded. Oh, and hang on a second, forest does give cover? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the forest gives the cover.
How's
Yeah.
it going?
Alright, but either way, maybe we should have even gone a singular shot just for the breaching shot so we could have done more damage, but either way, anything we can do is good. Especially if
Folks, let's get this done.
we get lucky and take out some of its ability to, well, survive. Alright, so the question is, do we wait for them to come to us or do we try and bring them... You know, we're going to reserve.
Reserving action.
They can't hit us with any indirect fire if they don't have any. If they don't have any eyes on us, I should say. The Atlas being targeted is not going to be a concern.
Ready for orders.
Alright, so what do we see there? We've got a 35, 30, 40. We've got decent resolve. Actually, we could even get some elevation here. Yeah, look, you know what? Maybe we go ahead and we try and salvage this Wolverine here. I think that's going to be our best play. Let's go over there so we've got everything online. I think from up here we... Oh, actually, you know what? We will. And we get better lines of sight. Yeah, you know what? I'm alright with this. Let's move on up. Alright, precision strike. Straight to the Wolverine and see if we can get a few shots on target. I think that's the way we play this. Also, too, there is another 40 and a 45 tonner back there. And a couple of lights. So, let's see if we can get a couple of shots to the head. I'm thinking maybe 2? 2 should be good.
Here it comes.
And apparently not quite. We needed
That taste.
an extra. Oh, that's a disappointment. Alright, so this guy is barely clinging to life.
Ready for orders.
Oh, wait a second. What's going on there? Okay, we got caught on the terrain. Let's move... Actually, no, we could... Oh, we've got LRMs over
Yes,
here.
boss.
I was thinking we were dealing with the Centurion. Could fire everything we've got and just to try and soften it up. Could also maybe target the... I don't know, 4 medium lasers. I think we ignore the assassin for now. Maybe we target the javelin instead. I think that would be a superior target. Though that fire starter also wouldn't be a bad plan, but unfortunately I don't think we're going to get much against that. So yeah, alright, let's move over this. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna move over here. We'll split our fire. We'll go ahead and we'll target the fire starter just so we can... Actually, you know what? It's highly unlikely we're going to get much damage there. Alright, fine. We'll target the... Okay, so the AC-5 and the medium lasers, you know what? I think what we'll do is we'll start softening up the javelin. We'll fire the LRMs there. We'll fire the rest over here. In fact, do we just hope for the headshot, or do we just want to do a little bit of damage? Oh, actually, you know what? Maybe a wound. Taking out that torso wouldn't be the worst. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and...
Here we go.
We'll see if we can knock out the pilot of the Wolverine through a couple of injuries. Alright, again, we still don't have to worry about it. Its movement is the same, its initiative is the same as our Marauder, so we should be in a pretty good spot in that way. And then... Oh, you know what we could do? We could happily move our catapult forwards. We can then fire... Actually, you know what? That's got too much evasion, that's why those odds are so bad. Yeah, we split the fire between the two. Yeah, let's split our fire. So, what do we go? Do we go for the right side and hope to get the, Oh, that center torso, though. I don't really want to destroy it. I kind of want to salvage this. Okay, well, if that's the case, let's just target these two. We'll split the missiles. The javelin can get the most amount of damage. Yeah.
Multiple targets confirmed.
We'll ignore all of that cover bonuses. Oh, we got a free headshot. That's nice. Alright, and oh,
I await your command.
here we go. We have the Atlas. So let's roll on up. We've got some decent targeting. Yeah, let's well, you know what? We'll fire the AC-5 at the fire starter. That's not a bad shot. 55%, I suppose, is all good. Then maybe we can split maybe some snubs between these two and then the rest on the others. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So let's target the javelin. Yeah, we can definitely do some damage there. We'll send the AC-5 because, again, if we hit... That fire starter's in a pretty bad position. Yeah, we could take out a leg. We could almost take out that torso. Yeah, I'm hoping that we hit that leg. Also, some stability damage wouldn't be bad. Snub PPC, we will split those across our enemies. And then... I don't know, I guess we can give a 50-50 split, because again, that's not like a super heavy mechs.
Splitting fire.
So, we possibly could have got a kill. But again, that's not the be-all and end-all. Oh, actually. Oh, wow.
Reporting critical hit.
Yeah, we got another headshot on that assassin. Alright. Looks like he's moving up. I suppose that's fair.
Damage is light.
Okay, maybe we should have gone all in on maybe the javelin, but again, it's not here nor there. They're not really focusing on us in a way that's particularly bad. That is mainly from the right-hand side, I think, there, so we should be safe from that fire starter. Alright, it's our turn. So, Rannick.
Aye, aye.
I think what we do here is, this is where we go ahead and we take the kill shot. Do we even move? Well, the answer is we could shuffle around. That wouldn't be the end of the world. Yeah, although that, and that also opens up the pathway to you a little bit more. Yeah, let's move over here just so that assassin can't shoot you in the back. And then...
On my way.
And then this is where we'll see if we can earn that salvage. Headshot at 33%. It's fairly probable, I dare say. We only need one hit. And there it is.
Target eliminated.
Alright, so now that that's done, we can more or less scrap every other mech that we
Got
can
a lock
find.
on me.
Alright, so let's
Receiving you.
get... Oh dear. Let's get our mechs to do their thing. Let's go... Actually, we could fire the medium lasers, the AC-5, the machine gun at the javelin, the LRMs at the assassin. That's not bad. Either that or... we're not going to get any other eyes on target, I don't think. Yeah, I think that's going to have to be about as good as we can get. Actually, you know what? Let's just see about getting you closer. Oh, hang on a second. Let's get off that terrain. Yeah, we'll see if we can get close to the road. I think that's the best play. That way we can at least have a bit more maneuver on the subsequent turns. Yeah, 85. Does that get any better? Not really. Yeah, okay, 85 is as good as we can get. So let's just move over here. We'll take some shots at the javelin and the assassin, and that should be fairly good. So indirect, direct, let's go.
Multiple enemies locked in.
Alright, structure is exposed. That is excellent. There goes the torso.
Scored a critical hit.
Alright, so who are they bringing on up next? Another assassin. Alright. Minimal damage. They are mainly a light
Minimal
killer,
damage on that hit.
so that's okay. This assassin, yeah.
Watch the flank.
Fair play, fair play. They do have some good movement there. I was wondering whether they would try some shenanigans.
Receiving you.
Alright, so if that's the case, let's go with... Could fire a small laser at you, but again, that's not exactly going to kill you. The assassin here... It's still pretty alive. What have we got? 30%. We could maybe back on up. Yeah, we're kind of a little bit too close to use our LRMs at that assassin. Yeah, curse those jump jets. We probably don't want to get too close to the other either. Could always just remove the javelin from existence. Maybe we stand still. 80%. Yeah, look, I think that could actually be the way that we go. Yeah, just target this with most... do we need an extra target? That is my only other question. Probably not for now, so... Yeah, let's just stand still. We'll swing around. And then... Yeah. Indirect, direct. Come on now. There we go.
Multiple enemies locked in.
Alright, CT destroyed. That'll do. And then, yeah, we'll burn down some of that evasion.
Commander?
The Atlas. What do we want to do? Well, I'm thinking we stand behind our target and we obliterate its existence from, well, from every which way we can. Yeah, there we go. Oh, bother, we don't quite have the, movement. I was about to say, maybe we could split our damage. Could always go for a melee. So we could go ahead and do that. That would be a 95% to hit. That would show our back, which again, not ideal. I'd rather not get shot in the back. Alright then, fine. Let's go ahead and we're going to just shimmy our way over here. We'll just annihilate what's there, and then, I don't know, let's hope for their sake they don't send anyone over the hill.
I'm your spaniel.
Alright, so let's target, let's turn off that AC-5. That is fairly irrelevant. Anything else we can drop that we don't really need? Maybe we drop a... Maybe we drop the medium lasers. We've got 2 snub PPCs for crying out loud. SRMs, machine guns. We're doing a silly amount. That should be fine. We'll try and mitigate the heat.
Got it, Commander. Hope we can salvage. Someone
Okay.
borrow their pom-poms and skirt, because I'm damn excited now.
Well, I'm not sure where we hit it, but we definitely killed it, that's for sure. I'm not sure if we knocked out the pilot or we hit the center torso, but I must have missed it if it did say center torso. This fire starter, fair enough.
Commander!
An injury,
I'm
okay.
hit!
But you know what? The good news is this is our last mission on planet. We should be able to get a little bit of healing done between between our missions.
Standing by.
What do we do here? I'm thinking we just go ahead and can we take some... Actually, you know what? I'm not even sure if it's worth doing. We could just stay where we currently are and figure it out later. Yeah, look, how's the Marauder doing? It's mainly that leg, the right leg, but again, that's highly unlikely. Yeah, okay, you know what? Let's just reserve. We'll see what they do. Yeah, again, it's not like picking up any evasion would make a difference fighting an assassin.
Barely hit, Commander.
Alright, Phoenix Hawk. Okay. A little bit more rude against Marauder.
My internals are taking a beating.
Alright, but at least we now know who we're targeting. Alright, hello there, and soon to be goodbye. AC 10's at 50%. Man, that thing's got some evasion. Alright then.
Ready for orders.
Let's go. Yeah, this fire starter's going to be around for a little bit, unless we get the Atlas to deal with it. You know what we'll do? We'll go ahead and we'll move over here. We'll shoot you with the small laser. And then I think we'll split the LRMs at the others just to mitigate the amount of evasion all of our enemies will have. Yeah. Dealing damage is obviously going to be nice, but at the end of the day... actually, you know what? We'll send you to A and you to B. There we go. Because again, we don't need maximum damage here, but the assassin we will destroy.
Affirmative.
So again, just removing as much evasiveness of theirs as possible should be good.
I'm here.
Cosmo, what do we do? Do we do something similar there? We'll fire our medium lasers and then the rest against the others? I think that's fair. Yeah. Oh, actually, you know what? We're a little bit toasty. Maybe we move on in for a melee. Melee wouldn't be the end of the world.
Waiting for orders.
Yeah, let's see about that. What have we got? We've got an attack over there. I think that's probably how we're going to do this. Can we change location? Not really. Alright, but that'll at least cool us down. And how did that work? Almost enough for the kill. Just those 2 flamers in the center torso. And a few other miscellaneous bits and bobs. Alright, so... I'm feeling like these are some pretty good odds against that Phoenix Hawk there. But we're going to go ahead and reserve once more. We're going to see if we can get our Atlas to throw a pot shot over there.
Waiting for orders.
We're going to go ahead and move right about here. That'll be fine.
I'm going.
We'll go ahead and, of course, we'll equip everything for this. Firestarter, we'll hit you with, say, I don't know, a snub PPC and 2 medium lasers. Maybe even SRM. And then these guys will target... 95, 85. What do we have? Yeah, look, you know what? We'll go ahead and target you first. You second, and of course, you third. Yeah, so the assassin will hit you with the AC5 just for good measure. The Phoenix Hawk will throw... Do we just throw a medium laser at it? Yeah, I think that should be fine. And then, what have we got here for C? We've got 2 machine guns. We'll fire some SRMs at him. All of those are very delightful. In fact, you know what? That should be sufficient. And then the rest can go against the assassin. One against... Yeah, you know what? I think that's good. That should be a kill. That'll soften him up, and then he'll be in more trouble.
Multiple enemies locked in.
There's also potential for a stray shot here with that Phoenix Hawk. Not that we got it, but you never know. We could have. Alright, well, Atlas doing what Atlas is...
None who can stand before me?
Yeah, that'd be right.
Commander.
Right. And now let's go ahead and deal with this hooligan. We do want to keep maximum distance if possible. We do not... But we do, of course, need our small laser to be doing its job.
Location confirmed.
Alright, precision strike. Let's target this thing.
Confirmed.
Oh, well, that'll do it.
That one's gone.
Yeah.
Alright, hit him hard now.
Alright, so who is left? Oh, they have a spider. Oh, that's a scary proposition now, isn't it? A spider in the jungle.
Internal damage.
Alright, and a teeny tiny little locust. Okay, well, this should be quick work. Alright,
Waiting for orders.
so, let's just mosey on up here and we'll just
Copy that.
target the spider with extreme prejudice. We'll drop off a medium laser. Sure, that'll keep us cool. Oh, actually, you know what? There we go. We'll drop that off. That will work. Let's go for the headshot. Actually, let's not even do that. Let's just go for the center torso. I think that should be fine. Yeah, let's just kill the thing.
I'm on it.
Well, we took out a leg.
That hit something good.
So at least I guess everyone else is going to have some decent targeting against Sparta.
Good to go.
Let's see. Let's fire... I guess we'll fire the LRMs at the Locust.
Moving to position.
We'll go multi-targets, so... Yeah, it's much of a muchness. In fact, could I even target this thing with some more? Possibly, but I think that should be fine.
Here we go.
There we go. That'll do it. Oh, and the structure is already exposed with very minimal
Yes,
effort.
Commander.
Let's see what we can do. 65%. Actually, no. Does it get any better or worse? Not really. Actually, what we could do... No, 65 is legitimately the best we can do.
I copy.
Alright, well that's fine. Off we go. Well, there we have it.
We can salvage that.
Excellent work, Commander. That should send the appropriate message.
Mission successful.
Alright, well, a little unfortunate that we took a little bit of injury. We did get an extra 20%, which is nice, up to just shy of 300,000 C-bills. Yeah, Cosmo's out for 18 days. Again, not ideal, but it is what it is. We can now go ahead and salvage ourselves a Wolverine. Now the question is, do we want more tonnage, or is there something special in here? No, that's actually pretty unremarkable at best. Alright, so there's a couple of versions of assassins we could take. You know, let's try and boost things up. We'll take another part of the Assassin 21. And yeah, that'll be a full Wolverine. And if we get one more piece of the assassin, we might get a second mech. Unfortunately, it was not meant to be. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so let's see. We're done on the planet, so we're going to have to go ahead and fly to a new location. That said, though, I think we've also finished up with our latest engineering project as we arrived on planet, so we should probably go ahead and make sure that we have that sorted, see where our money lies, and then, well, I guess we'll have to figure out exactly what we want. Alright, so Wolverine, let's go ahead and send you to storage. We'll sell you off at some point, I am sure. Let's check out our ship upgrades. We are sitting right on the threshold of morale, so we only need 1 point. I think that means we can probably afford... Yeah, that's 2 morale in 20 days. Yeah, here we go. That's the morale, 15 days. The sooner we get it, the better, I would dare suggest. Yeah, I like some of these other things, and again, actually, you know what? They're pretty expensive. Wait, are they all the same price? They are all the same price. Okay, so, end of the day, it's going to give us what we need, but it does it a little bit quicker. I don't really...
I'll get the team on it right away.
I don't really mind what we do there. We'll pick that up. As for our store, we should quickly double check and see if there's anything that we truly desire. There should be... What do we want? No, we'll pick up the ER medium laser. Having a little bit of extra range may not be a bad thing, so we'll purchase that.
New weapon systems available.
And then... Oh, look, the pulses are nice. You know what? How many of these do we have? We only have 1. You know what? A second one probably won't go astray either.
New weapon systems available.
Alright, and then do we just go for the medium pulse as well since we're at another 500,000? It is getting more expensive. I don't think we need the ER large laser. We're not really using those sorts of things. You know what? We'll buy the pulse.
New weapon
And
systems
then
available.
we'll call that there. We can always sell off more things in the future if necessary. But let's swing over to navigation. Now, I'm fairly certain that, where do we want to go? I think I had already had a bit of a look, and was it over here? Yeah, 2.5 skulls. We could get some decent work going there. We've got some pirates, the Magistry, the Capellans, local governments. There should be enough there for us to earn a little bit of money. It's only 13 days and 30,000, and it's in... It's on an arid world. Oh yeah, that should be fine, I suppose. Let's go ahead and we'll travel there.
By your command.
We'll see what we can figure out.
Calculating escape velocity.
Alright, so let's just see what we can do. A few people have returned to duty. Oh, we also need to fix up our mech, so we need to quickly get a work order in for Yang. So let's just pause that there and swing past the mech bay. We've almost got the... What have we almost got finished? Was that the Warhammer? Yeah, the Warhammer's 8 days out. We're 8 days travel. As much as I'd love to have that Warhammer, I would rather have the 3R up and running. Oh, and apparently we also did a little bit of damage to our Centurion. Oh, well, you know what? We'll quickly get that sorted. We'll go ahead and get this fixed up as well. Only a small amount of work, but work that must be done nonetheless. Let's just check that we get what we need first. Obviously, the Marauder is first thing, and then... You know what? We can survive without the Warhammer for a day or two more. Actually, you know what? We'll drop the Centurion and Shadowhawk. They're not... We can work around not having them, but the Warhammer would be far, far better. So we'll leave that be. Alright, that should be all good. That's everything sorted. Let's continue with our flight. And it looks like we have made it there fairly, yeah, without event. That is nice.
We've arrived at our destination, Commander.
Alright, let's have a look at the store. You never know, they might have something phenomenal that we don't know about. They also might not. Oh, what do we have here? LRMs with extra damage. You know what that does? That does strike me as a good thing for us to have. We could upgrade our catapult even further. We have a stock LRM 20 in there at the moment, so yeah, look, we'll go ahead and we'll purchase that. That seems like a reasonable purchase.
New weapon systems available.
The LRM 15, I can't remember. Oh, actually, you know what? Yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll purchase the upgrade as well. I think maybe
New
we have
weapon
that
systems
in,
available.
oh, what mech did we have it in? Well, either way, I'm sure that one of them does. So we'll pick that up, and if not, we might be able to in the future anyway, so that should be fine. Let's check in. Oh, wait. Before we do end up going for all of our contracts, we do have a, what do we call it? Upgrades. We have MechWarriors in the training bay. That might have given them the right amount of
Yes,
XP.
Commander.
We'll see if they can afford anything. Big man's all good.
Reporting.
Waiting for orders.
Another 5 days.
Confirmed.
Another 22 on Kevin Cross. Ouch. Alright.
Standing by.
So, let's see. Rannick. Okay, you can go for extra hit defense. Oh, that could be very good. That should make you harder to be targeted, as opposed to an indirect fire penalty, which you do not need to bother with. Yep, we'll go ahead and we'll collect that straight away.
Confirmed, Commander.
Make you harder to hit in that Marauder. We're not going to do anything here. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 pilots at this stage. So,
Reporting.
okay, Cheese Goblin's back in a day. That's good.
How's it going? Orders?
5 for Cosmo and another 22 for Hawk. Okay, so it could be better, it could be worse, but that is what we've got. Alright, what do we see here? We have polar battles against Capellans. Honestly, that looks pretty good. We could get some awesome salvage there. Could be dangerous, but I feel like we could. Let's see. Witness protection, again, good money to be made there. There's 1 million sea bills. It's an escort mission. Bug hunt for the pirates, which we will absolutely be taking, and it's an assassination. Ooh, there is some juicy salvage on the table there. I think that's worth it over the money, if I'm being perfectly honest. Yeah, that's going to be worth a lot to us. Can help out with the Capellans again, and it's a base capture. Actually, it looks like all of these missions, wait, let's not say it yet. Yeah, oh, we can take all of these missions on planet, and that's going to work out really, really nice. There is an extra one here for that is unavailable for the pirates, but again, if we do boost up what we're doing, I guess theoretically we could pick up 13 reputation, but again, that's not going to get us anywhere quickly. I'd rather go for a silly amount of salvage. But I think that's what we'll do in the next one, because I am very curious to go for an assassination in the polar regions. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.